Yamaha, I hope you're watching that. It's quite late on in the day, but it's about 5 o'clock. I've had a crazy day, busy day teaching, enjoying the football, well, enjoying it right up to the last minute anyway. A raggy equaliser for Chelsea, and then I went under my car because last week coming home from the gig on Sunday, I hit a puddle. I think I explained this in the previous vlog anyway. Anyway, the parts finally arrived from Honda, so I was able to fit those, but I am now absolutely filthy. Wearing a white polo shirt and doing car repairs is not a great idea. Anyway, we'll talk about those music stands for the title of the vlog in a minute. But right now, I just want to get out, fly the drone and just capture these amazing colours that we just have at this time of night in autumn. Oh well, just spent 10 minutes, well, about 5 minutes maybe, flying the drone because I switch over to take some photos, which you can find on Instagram. Anyway, realised I did all these lovely shots around here. Forgot to hit record. Anyway, back to the studio. Now, in general, there are two things I always advise all musicians to have, especially if you're a saxophone player or woodwind player, and that is a music stand. Now, I was trying to find before the other type of music stand, the wire type of music stand, and I advise you to avoid those. I can't find any in my studio. They must have all broken over the years. They're not great. They're flimsy, they break if you're not quite sure how to put them together, they tend to fall apart even easier than that. This one I have had for over 13, maybe even longer, 14 years. It's been battered around a bit, the corners have gone at the edges. It's covered in post-it notes, I'll come to the post-it notes in a second. But this has sat in my studio or been on gigs with me, I say, for the last 15 years. It hasn't, well, maybe not, because about 4 or 5 years ago I decided to buy another one of these and I keep it permanently in my car. Why do I keep it in the car? Because there's so many times I've shown up for gigs and I've needed a music stand and I've forgotten one, so it was just far easier, rather than forgetting to take one with me, to make sure that I had one in the car. And they're really, really useful. Even in the days when I'm playing jazz gigs and really I shouldn't have a music stand because I should know everything, or I've got an iPad stand like I talked about here, which doesn't quite fit. I still find that I need a music stand, even if I'm using the iPad, because it's something that's secure and I feel I can trust it to rest on there. What have I got written on here? These little music pads, these little music post-it notes, my local music shop produced these. They're fantastic, and there's just some ideas, some lick ideas that I want to work on. There's a nice diminished lick there that I'm trying to remember. There's a 2/5 lick there. There's a couple of others ideas. There's the Head to Trinkle Trinkle by Thelonious Monk, which I do know, and it's just kind of stuck on the stand. There's another little lick there that I like, that I'm maybe trying to just make sure that it gets in there. And the idea is that the music stand gives me a fixed point of where I can practice, and also it's another one of those visual cues. I'm big on visual cues. The other thing I always recommend people to have, and I've spoken about them again in this video here, is saxophone stands. Having the instrument on a stand, if it's possible, I would strongly advise you not to do it if you have young children running around or pets that can get into your room. But if you've got the facility there, it's just visually, it's there and it helps you to do it. This for me harks back to when I was at Lancaster University and doing my first degree there, and I wasn't always practicing. It was too easy to go out partying or sit and play computer games. And what I did is I set my tenor up by the TV, so that every time I was sat watching the TV, my saxophone was right next to the TV in my flat, and it would remind me time and time again, you know, it would almost feel like the saxophone was talking to me. It was going, "Hey Dan, have you played me today? Have you gone through that work you were supposed to do?" I often found that having it on a stand just made the process of not getting it out of the case easier for, you know, I didn't have to worry about getting it out of the case. If it was physically there, it was a case of slapping a reed on, pull the thing up, bang, I can play something. That for me helps. For example, I mean, I've got loads of instruments, I've got bass clarinet, flute, all sorts of other things stacked over there that I very rarely get out and play because it's almost out of sight, out of mind, and that's not what I want to happen. But with a music stand, that can really help you get into that position where you've got something tangible and you think, yeah, now I need to play. Now, while I was having a clear out trying to find those old music stands, I found this. This was a painting that Rob Burton, who won, not only is a very talented saxophone player, he's a pretty good artist as well. Rob won the BBC Young Musician of the Year. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the Donald Trump style hands though, and looks like I'm playing a C minor. Oh, it's a decent likeness, isn't it? I say Rob presented it with me years ago, and I just kind of, I didn't feel comfortable necessarily sticking a portrait up of myself in my own studio, but as it was by such a talented artist, maybe I'll find a home for it, or maybe I'll auction it off for charity or something. We'll see. Ooh, better not break it, else it won't do anything. Let's quickly have a little look through some Q&As because it's a very short vlog today. So just in case you missed it, I did go and publish those Brecker playlists that are underneath the previous vlog. So let's hit it. Will Reyes, says, "Hey Dan, because of this video, I've gone and purchased an HDZ myself. Should be arriving in the next week or two. Very excited to get my hands on my first tenor. Thanks for the vid." Yamaha, I hope you're watching that. I'm only joking. Will, let us all know how you got on with it. Please make a video of how you find it happening. Miko says, "A new book I don't have, ordering as soon as I can." Miko, man, you've got lots of books, but you're very, very good at explaining them. So don't forget, if you haven't checked out my vlog with Miko, where we do a duet together. Miko's a fantastic YouTube guitarist and guitar teacher. His lessons are fantastic. Make sure you check them out. Johnny and Mike Port said to me, "Love the videos, please keep them coming. I'd love to hear your thoughts comparing the Yamaha 62s with the 82, given that the pro level horns." Haven't played a 62 for a long time. They are fantastic saxophones. The Yamaha 62 is like my Honda Civic car. Very, very reliable. A little bit fun to drive, but not as much fun as it was driving my BMW. Cue all the BMW hate mail below, but I don't have a BMW anymore. I wish I had though. Nice comment here from the Continentalist, who was talking about a video I did a long time ago. In fact, it was basically I released a lesson around about the time of George Michael's death. Was that last year or the year before? I can't remember. The things tend to pick up. But anyway, it was about the Careless Whisper saxophone solo. Check it out there. It gives me a great story about how he met Steve Gregory, who is the saxophone soloist on that recording back there. A lot of you said in the comparisons that you preferred the Yamaha in the kind of silent test on its own, and then when it was up against the 6, you preferred the 6 on that level. The Yamaha is a fantastic saxophone. They've made a very, very good thing. I've said that at length. I hope you've enjoyed watching those videos. I'd love to maybe get it up, and I might get a chance to get it up against a late Mark VI. I don't think it's a fair comparison to put that horn up against an early 6 because they're very, very different saxophones. But hopefully we'll get the chance to put it up, maybe against that 1975 Mark VI that I've told you about. We'll see on that. Anyway, that's about all for today. It's a very short vlog. I hope you found it useful with the music stands. Don't forget to check out my last vlog here. This is what I was up to this time last year. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be away for a few days, taking a few days holiday with the family, and I will see you later this week for some more vlogs. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.